How did I fail women's studies? I love bitches.
They use. The reason Americans care about civil rights, the reason we are sensitive to racism is for one issue and one issue only, and that is how black Americans were treated in this country. It is because of the legacy of slavery and Jim Crow. Those do not compare. Irish, the new groups, they always get a little bad treatment. Do not compare that to how blacks are treated in this country. You don't
Hold up. Let her cook.
don't get to piggyback on the black experience in America. You do not get to do that just because you are a woman, an immigrant, gay, Hispanic. No, the rest of you can go F yourselves. No, this is for black Americans. We seem to have forgotten them. It's not a rainbow coalition.
Various groups, feminist, gay rights groups, and those who are defending immigrants have commandeered the black civil rights experience.
Yes.
What do you mean by that?
There is the legacy of slavery and Jim Crow laws. We don't owe the homeless. We don't owe feminists. We don't owe women who are desirous of having abortion. That's what civil rights has become for much of the left.
And
Wait, can I just say, what have we done to the immigrants? We owe black people something. We have a legacy of slavery. Immigrants haven't even been in this country.
What do you say?
The black experience is different from any other experience in America. There is slavery, there is Jim Crow, so I really do resent it when people come along and say, well, you can't say the phrase illegal alien when you use the N-word. You can't say retard when you say the N-word. You can't say, I don't know, a million other.
Yo! She took my whole fucking flow. Word for word, bar for bar. I'm sorry. It's just, how often do you really get the chance to just bring the meme to life? So, no, but honestly, guys, if you've been on my channel for any length of time, you know that the word she's missing through everything she's saying right now is fucking intersectionality. That's the word that she's missing. No, none of this shit fucking sex at all. But because we have the atrocious educational system that we do, the horrendous amount of fatherlessness and people with no genuine idea of who or what they come from, so thusly they need to glob on to bullshit, and it's beyond race, because there's a lot of people who identify with, who take their cues from, corporations and companies, or the idolization of role models, calm the fuck down, everybody, and realize and recognize exactly what the hell's been happening. I mean, and Coulter, whoo, she out here with the whole damn kit. Gave her the utensils and she just started chefing and shit. So, I let her cook. Now, it's time for me to come through and ratatouille this motherfucker.
They use. The reason Americans care about civil rights, the reason we are sensitive to racism is for one issue and one issue only, and that is how black Americans were treated in this country. It is. So, descendant Americans. All right, because you just, once again, when you sit there and slap that word black Americans, I mean, the same immigrants in which you're speaking, those whom, are from other places, yeah, they like to take that shit and run with it too. Obama and his daddy included and shit. Make absolutely no mistake. See, that's one of the things. That's a distinction that was never really made clear. Obama ain't one of us. Obama ain't a descendant of slavery. Nah, nigga daddy was from Africa and shit. So thusly, when he sits there and say our ancestors, like, yo, what fucking side you talking about? Your mom's? My nigga. Is because of the legacy of slavery and Jim Crow. Those do not compare. Irish, the new groups, they always get a little bad treatment. Do not compare that to how blacks are treated in this country. You don't get to piggyback on the black experience in America. Do not.
And that's exactly why they always sit there and say, oh, it's just like slavery, it's just like Jim Crow, it's just like this, it's just like that. And one of the main things that they've been able to use is cis black women to, help push that forward, help that narrative
fucking thrive, because they knew a long time ago, you separate us, the black men, from black women, you put black women up on this pedestal, they will do zaddy's work 10 times out of fucking 10. And that's exactly what's taking place. That's exactly why all these fucking groups feel as if they have the women and the alphabetical dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like those with no true connection to exactly what it is, and those who they've sat there and thanks to shows like A Different World, right? Like like I said, there's a reason Bill Cosby got off. It's because with A Different World, he sent all these black women into colleges, and they sat there and filled all their brains with a whole bunch of bullshit.
You do not get to do that just because you are a woman, an immigrant, gay, Hispanic. No, the rest of you can go F yourselves. No, this is for black Americans.
Man, Ann Coulter, she a down-ass chick, man. I'll tell you that much. Boy, I mean, when a nigga need a nemesis...
We seem to have forgotten them. It's not a rainbow coalition.
Various groups, feminist, gay rights groups, and those who are defending immigrants have commandeered the black civil rights experience.
Yes.
What do you mean by that?
There is the legacy of slavery and Jim Crow laws. We don't owe the homeless. We don't owe feminists. We don't owe women who are desirous of having abortion. That's what...
So here's where a lot of people are gonna really part ways with me on my opinions with this. But guys, you don't owe us anything anymore either. No, thank you. No, thank you. I feel as if that debt to an extent has been paid financially, economically, because culturally, oh boy, culturally, what's been allowed to happen, the image that I think that's one of the reasons Kevin Samuel's so important, is because of his whole thing about image, and the image that's been cultivated for descendant black Americans it's absolutely disgusting and disturbing, and and the thing about culture is that it trickles downhill, and particularly when it gets into the heads of women who are very want to please, want the attention, need the attention, because that's what true currency is to the feminine, is attention. You end up with the absolute mess that has become of quote unquote black America.
Civil rights has become for much of the left. Wait, can I just say, what have we done to the immigrants? We owe black people something. We have a legacy of slavery. Immigrants haven't even been in this country.
But you see, the black experience is different from any other experience in America. There is slavery. There is Jim Crow. So I really do resent it when people come along and say, well, you can't say the phrase illegal alien when you use the N-word. You can't say retard when you say the N-word. You can't say, I don't know.
And they continuously try to put them on the exact same track, and that's complete bullshit. For real. So, I mean, Ann Coulter being out here, saying this shit, man, sis, I appreciate you. For real. Make absolutely no mistake about it. To hear Ann Coulter, spitting this true fire, gotta love it. Because in a lot of ways, that what our history has been used to really give way to some horrendous shit, like that whole George Floyd thing, like the Antifa assholes and everybody else, they sit there and use our history, our collective black history as a fucking shield for their nonsense, and it has to fucking stop. My Hebrews and Shebrews, let's not pretend as if they're the innovators of such a thing by any stretch of the imagination. All right, we're adults here. You see, I don't give a shit if fuck it. It is what it is, guys. With that being said, we're gonna bring this one to an end. All the internet stuff. If you like it, toss it a like. Dislike, go ahead, do that too. Nobody's scared of you. Subscribe to my fantastic voice. You want to get videos like this every single day. Share it, because sharing is scaring. And YouTube and Bitchute and like are the biggest fans of your boy here for very obvious reasons. Bang the bell for notifications. Get something from Teespring. Check me out Odyssey as well. Links in the description. I should go in the description box and do damage and speak. Let me know. What do you guys think in the comments? I am beautifully done. Couldn't have said it better my fucking self. But ultimately, there is a segment, there is a portion of quote unquote Black America who have come to profit off of this exact same intersectionality that, you know, has really done far more damage than it has good throughout the entire country. So guys, let me know what you think in the comments, and until the next one.